continuing talking about the hidden wisdom of God, which we already defined that as it's the mind of God and it's the secrets of God. And we talked about that willingness to be able to humble oneself. But we came out of the book of 1 Corinthians 2:9. It says, but we speak the wisdom of God in a mystery, which means the word mysterion, even the hidden wisdom, because God does not see as we see. He does not see like man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but God looks upon the heart. Sometimes man looks at things on the outward appearance in order to interpret it. And sometimes people don't see your heart. Some of you all have been in relationships and people don't see your heart. They're looking on the outward appearance, but they don't know how to love you according to who you are. And so God sees us not like man sees us. The Lord sees us through the full spectrum of understanding. And so it's the same with the prophetic, or trying to understand God. Some of you all, people are trying to recognize who you are, but you're really supposed to be revealed to that person. See, if a person can't unlayer you or unpack you or unwrap you, they can't help take you to where you need to be. Some people don't know how to unpack you. Some men don't know how to unpack what's inside of you. They don't have the intelligentsia to bring you to where you are, or to aid or compliment, because they cannot unpack you. They only see the outside of you, but they don't see the inside of you. And they don't know how to sow seed into you. They don't know how to pour water in your roots, so to speak, in order to bring that woman to where she needs to be. A woman needs to have a man that can teach her, that can, as Adam did Eve, he's able to teach, he's able to share information. Some women are above the man in their knowledge and their wisdom, but they have a man that doesn't have wisdom to help them. And that's what your problem is. That's the reason why you're not succeeding in that relationship with him, because you're following someone that does not have the capacity to be able to fulfill you and be able to sow seed and use that. Takes intelligence to be able to do that. But anyway, that was just the Lord put me on another topic there. But we're talking about the hidden wisdom of God. So in 1 Corinthians 2:8, it says, which none of the princes of this world had knew, for had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. So that's just the emphasis coming from the 7th verse 2, where it said, but we speak the wisdom of God in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which God ordained before the world unto our glory. So the Lord is talking about that. Next verse is just talking about how they crucified Christ, but they didn't know that they were actually inaugurating him into a greater glory. If the devil had known that, they would not have killed him. So that's all. That the Lord is talking about how God's wisdom is so shadowed in secrecy and in secrets that you can miss it. So, without having a proper understanding of how to see through the eyes of God. But it says in 1 Samuel 16:7, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, nor on the height of his stature. But it said, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. So God does not see as we see. As I said, God sees in a very different way than we see. In God's seeing, he sees basically on the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. He looks at the inner side of us. He looks at the inside. That's why he said David was a man after God's own heart. Then the same that we need in relationship. You need someone that can look inside of you. You need someone that can understand the inside of your heart. Some people are just looking at the outside of you, but not looking at what's inside of you that can be drawn out, that could be nurtured. Sometimes we need to be nurtured and encouraged. And if a person doesn't know how to pour inside of you, they're just pulling on the outside of you, what you bring to the table, what you have, how you do things, or, they're so excited about how you are, but then they don't know how to plant seed in you. They don't know how to speak into your life. They don't know how to be timely in saying certain things to you that will take you to the next level. Because you got to be able to be spoken into. You have to have a partner that can build you up, that can encourage you. And some people, that's why some partners just tear people down, or they talk negative when you try to talk about progressively doing something, because they don't have your capacity intellectually. They don't have your capacity for birthing vision, whether it be a business, whether it be uh, your purpose or what you're trying to achieve. They don't have that capacity that you have. And that's why it seems like you're at odds in that relationship. But we're going to continue on the secrets of the prophetic again. God bless you. Now, as far as, we talked about different aspects of the prophetic, but I want to visit, the hidden wisdom of God is wrapped in the actual prophetic. And so the definition of secrets, it is something that is kept or meant to be kept unknown or unseen by others. It's meant to be kept. So it said, when Daniel spoke to King Nebuchadnezzar, he said, God revealeth secrets. That means information that is not to be accessed by everyone. That's the information that God sees. And that information is hidden for God's glory. So when we decide to want to know what his will is and his purpose, then we also have to be willing to humble ourselves before the Lord in seeking him in order to access that which is unknown or unseen by others. Some people think that the prophetic is weird or different. The reason why is because you have to be willing to humble yourself. You have to be willing to submit yourself unto God in order for you to be able to access, those things in the supernatural. So in 1 Corinthians 2:9, it says this. I'm going to read it to you. It says, but we speak the wisdom of God in a mystery. Now, the word mystery in the Greek means mysterion. Mysterion is the translation. That's where the word mystery comes from. So, but we speak the wisdom of God in mystery. In other words, and then it goes on to define it. It says, even the hidden wisdom, the hidden wisdom. See, God sees in darkness. He sees differently than we see. So it says the hidden wisdom, which God ordained before the world unto our glory. God has already ordained the supernatural and the prophetic wisdom for us to be able to see. And it says, but we speak the wisdom of God in a mystery, in mysterion, even the hidden, or like what Daniel said to Nebuchadnezzar. He said this. He said that that particular dream that he had was hidden in secret, with the Lord, and God then had revealed it unto Daniel. So it says in 1 Corinthians 2:9 here, it says, but we speak the wisdom of God in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom, which God ordained before the world unto our glory. See, God has things he's ordered or ordained for your purpose, for your glory. Some of us end up going all the way through life and you discover things, basically, or you meet people or things happen in your life and you look back on your life and you say, wow, look at how that unfolded for me. Well, that was something that God already had hidden for you, and through your process of life, we end up discovering what those things are. He said, which God ordained before the world into our glory. God already had that intended for you. The Lord already had that intended. And sometimes Satan comes in there. Sometimes negative people into your life. Sometimes negative situations into your life. Like what happened with Joseph when he shared his dream with his family and they became jealous, and then the negative things entered in. Sometimes the prophetic or your purpose or your spiritual DNA, the devil wants to try to augment who you are and what your purpose is. So because that is hidden wisdom, it's hidden information, but Satan wants to get into the ultrasound of your DNA, of your purpose, and maybe brings a lover in your life, or an individual, or that's not meant to be there, and they are like sowing weeds in your life, and you're wondering why things are not happening the way they should be. And it's because of the fact that we've opened to the wrong individual. And that's why that's important for us to know who we should be open to, because who you open to or who you're around is what's going to set the stage for how successful you're going to be, or how effective you're going to be. Either somebody's in your life to make it effective, or someone's going to be in your life to make you defective. Think about that. Anybody that's in your life, either they're going to help you toward who you are to fulfill it, or they're going to be there to hurt that purpose. And sometimes Satan gets in people basically to be in your life so that you end up being influenced in the wrong way to contradict God's imagination of your purpose in your life. We're going to continue these nuggets on Secrets of the Prophetic again. God bless you.
I'm Linda Lovejoy, Chief of Staff for Secrets of the Prophetic by Elijah. If you don't want to miss out on our future prophetic insights, if you are ready to go deeper, subscribe to our YouTube channel directly at the conclusion of this video, or go to YouTube and research enter Agu Elijah L. Hill Secrets of Prophetic, and like, subscribe, comment, and pass this video on to a friend. Let's spread God's word together.